You are listening to Desynced Nerds, a Nintendo Switch podcast. This is episode 30, airing on Wednesday, the 2nd of May. We're your hosts. I'm Colin. He's Devon, bringing you all the latest news and hot topics from around the internet. This week, we have Nintendo legal battle struggles, E3 plans, and more. But first, Devon, your week in gaming. What you been doing? And don't read what I wrote here for you.
I played exactly 2 games of Splatoon. Because I'm still in the middle of midterms. I'm going to whine about midterms constantly. We'll be like 3 weeks after the end of this term, and I'll still be whining about midterms. Anyway, what did you do this week?
Wow, you are so boring and lame. I played Mario Rabbids because I went on a trip to Portland. Yay. That's why we're recording on Wednesday. Yeah, Portland's pretty gross. You should never go. 0 out of 10 don't recommend. But so the plane ride there and back, 4 hours each way. I played a lot of Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle. And I'm not sure why I waited so long to try it. I'm really enjoying this game so far. I'm since writing these notes, I've gotten a lot further. I'm now on World 2, Section 8.
You were so much farther than me. Holy crap.
Really?
Yeah.
I just, do you have the Mario Rabbids yet?
No, I don't.
So you barely played them.
I'm at like early World 2.
Yeah, okay. You get him about like World 2, Section 5-ish?
Okay, yeah, so.
Yeah. I played a little of Dragon Fang Z as well, but I just got so enveloped by this Mario Rabbids game. I'm at the point now where if they were to announce a second one, I would pre-order it right now. Because, oh my god, I'm not even done this one, but I love it so much. It's so much fun.
I'm actually shocked. I really didn't expect you to have such a strong response to it.
Me neither. Me neither. It looked really stupid, and then I started playing it, and I loved it. But yeah, that's my week in gaming. All right, on to the news. First thing up, Splatoon 3 Splatoon 3.
Splatoon 2 3.0, maybe?
There we go. Splatoon 2 3.0 with full patch notes are available. Yay. Is that all you wanted to say?
No, I was actually going to go through the big stuff in the patch notes, but I meant to go back and do that, like go over the patch notes, and I never did that, obviously. So, we have new gear, new songs, which, I mean, who cares? The new rank finally came in. This is the X rank. What?
I care.
Oh, okay. I can barely hear the music when I play Splatoon because, I've got to have other headphones in, so that I can hear the people I'm playing with. So I can't really hear the music, so it's not super relevant. What else do we have here? They changed Splatfests such that stuff will only, the percentages will be reviewed to the 100th decimal place. Because that was something we needed. What else?
Splatfests are serious business.
You need to know that you won by 0.04%. That's very important. Yeah, that's basically it. There is not a lot going on here. It's just new loot, and that's basically it. There's a link to the full patch notes in the show notes. But we should play that.
Moving on. That's the setup for the Octo one, yeah? For the Octo expansion?
I think so. The Octo one comes pretty soon, so.
Yeah.
You have that pre-ordered, right?
I do not. I'm just gonna buy it when it comes out. But no, I did not. Something I do have pre-ordered: Sonic Mania DLC will be $5 and £4 rather. Was that pounds? The euros. No, that's pounds.
Yeah, that's pounds, because the euro is the circular E with the lines in the middle.
I feel like you did that intentionally, but anyway.
Yeah, we're dumb Americans, and we apologize, except not really, because we're Americans. Americans don't apologize for anything. Anyway, America. It is releasing on the 17th of July, and there's a really long interview with the Sonic boss team, which was mostly not worth commenting on, but he did talk about, some of the new features and the new characters that are in the game, and where they came from and what their abilities are, so that's there. But yeah, you already have this pre-ordered? That's right, we talked about that.
Yeah, I have the physical coming, and I got an email yesterday saying that Amazon will deliver it to me on the 17th.
Why did you get an email about that? That's supposed to be standard.
Well, because originally it wasn't going to be there on the 17th.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Also, I feel like it's important to note those two characters. The yellow thing is supposed to be a flying squirrel, like the gliding squirrel, and the brown turd is actually an armadillo. I didn't realize that's what those were supposed to be. So, there you go.
The more you know. I need that sound clip queued up at all times.
Yes. Anyway, moving on. Nintendo announced their E3 plans.
Yeah, so it is 9 a.m. at PST, and let's do some on-air planning. We should definitely do something for this live. But oh wait, it's 9 a.m. on a Tuesday?
Yeah, I'll be asleep at that time at my job.
Yeah, I will actually also be asleep at that time, but I just don't understand 9 a.m. on a Tuesday. E3 is like, it's a weekend event, isn't it?
I mean, clearly not.
I guess not. Yeah, I don't know. I do want to do something.
I didn't realize E3 was meant for us anyway. I thought E3 was more of like not a consumer, but like a industry event. You know what I mean?
It has, within the last 2 or 3 years, been opened up to the general public. And I mean, there's always news that comes out of E3.
Definitely. But I mean, I'll just wait till, we talk about it or Spawnwave talks about it.
Well, I'm pretty sure this is going to be like a pseudo direct, so.
That'd be really cool. I'm so down for that. Tell me more about this Pokemon.
Yeah, you and the Pokemon. But everybody is going to be doing one of these, so that might be worth paying attention to you. Anyway, there is also going to be a Splatoon 2 tournament. The Splatoon 2 tournament finals will be on the 12th of June, and the Smash Brothers tournament will be following immediately after that, which I kind of want to watch just to see gameplay of the new game, but I don't know. I'll find highlights or something. And then finally, if you're in the New York area from the 12th through the 15th, there will be some of the games featured at E3 will be available to play at the Nintendo NY store. So that is a thing that I am super jealous of. Why do I live on the West Coast?
What are the chances that the new Smash is at that NY store? Probably 0.
I feel like they would have actual riots in the store if they did that. Like people
if they didn't bring it, or if they did bring it?
If they did bring it, like people would be so hyped to try it.
There'd be like brawls, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Full-grown adults fighting little kids over Switch controllers. I mean, it wouldn't be the first time.
I could see it.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving along. Nintendo announced a new president will be taking over.
And you care so much about this.
Which one's Nintendo again?
So they said that he's been on the Nintendo board for a while, and he's spent a good time. He actually did schooling in the UK, so the general consensus is hopefully he will be more cognizant of the Western world and how the rest of us play their consoles, and it's not just like a Japan thing. Like, what was it? Street Pass was something that was conceived entirely for Japan, and for a lot of the states and a lot of the UK, it was just kind of a joke, because if there's 100 people in your town, there's literally one person with a DS kind of thing. So Street Pass was kind of silly unless you lived in Japan with very, very concentrated people. So the hope is that he will be more not Japan focused. The other important thing to note is that he's like early 40s, I think, and the guy that's stepping down is like mid to late 60s. So we're seeing a sizable age jump here, which is a thank God moment, because I just need Nintendo to be less Nintendo. And yeah, that was what an analyst at Tokai Tokyo Research Institute said. Key thing here is that management is getting younger. And so yeah. It does kind of concern me, because obviously the old president's been very competent. He's led a lot of good things. This whole renaissance of Nintendo has been while he's at the helm. So to have someone step in that is unproven kind of scares me. Like, I feel like at this point a very light tap on the oh my god, the word. The thing that you use to control planes, the controller, would send Nintendo spiraling into a spiral of nastiness. So I'm a little concerned about that. But anyway.
I mean, the previous one did that too. Put a light tap on the controller and sent the Nintendo plane into the ground. It's called the Wii U.
You watch your mouth. Iwata is a wonderful man who can never do anything wrong.
The Wii U was pretty wrong. It was pretty wrong.
Anyway,
let's move on. Pinball FX3 has reconfirmed patch news. Yes, news.
Oh, This is actually the other game I was playing in my last week. I played some of this. I got new tables because I like pinball. After your girlfriend your fiance shamed me at pinball, I'm still good at this game, I swear.
You're not good at this game. You never will be. It's pinball, dude. First of all, you shouldn't care. Second, no, you won't.
Wrong. Anyway, so they recently stated that the FPS 60 FPS/HD update patch was coming, and for those of you not in the know, they said this was coming, then they said no, and then people freaked out. That was what happened there. And then they also said that there will be a patch this week on the 3rd, which is tomorrow as of recording time. And yeah, that's a thing. I'm excited for it.
Cool. I've got nothing, so I'm just going to move on. Wolfenstein 2 confirmed releasing June 29th. I feel like this is a little bit oldish at this time. So we're just going to move right through this too.
Yeah.
New Xenoblade Chronicles 2 DLC teased. Yes, that game is still online.
Yeah, that's kind of they just had a patch the last couple of days, and now there's new DLC being teased. Like, I'm actually shocked that they have the numbers to support this. So one of the things that came out of the financial thing was that they very closely monitor their average users, like, on a day-to-day basis per a game. And so, I mean, obviously they're seeing enough uptake on the Xenoblade Chronicles stuff that
didn't they say back in December when the releases came that there's going to be DLC for this all the way through November? I'm pretty sure this was on a timetable that we saw months ago, that this was not only predictable but like on their radar, on their map.
If I remember correctly, they did talk about wanting to do stuff long term, but they also said that it was TBD, I think. I don't know.
I feel like they were just gonna do it. I think even with a disastrous like outcome or like sales numbers, it sounded to me like they didn't care. They were just gonna pump stuff out through November of this year.
I think actually now that you say that, I do think you're right, because I remember hearing something about a year after the game was releasing, there would be content.
And we talked about that. You're like, You were asking me, are you going to be interested in this? I said, it's just going to depend what the content is. Like, Rare Blades will probably always get me to come back, just, until I pull them and then I'll quit again. You'll
just pull on the slot machine like 10 times until you get it and then quit.
I'll just do the salvage runs until I have enough. Yeah. Genius. I actually really enjoyed that game. I kind of wish there was more to it. So if they give me a good enough reason to come back to it, I absolutely will.
Well, on that note, they did say that all of the content that's coming out that they've just recently teased will be part of the current expansion pass. So
I do have that.
Yeah, I thought you did. And that kind of shocks me, to be honest, that they're just like, yeah, we'll just keep selling content to, the same people. Like, I don't know. But also good on them. Like, this is a good way to support their game. And again, foreshadowing to the financial thing, this is something that Nintendo's talked about, is that they want to continue to support their games long term in order to keep people in them. So, anyway, it was in a tweet that they teased this, and they said expansion pass owners can look forward to brand new story content, new quests, and more original Rare Blades. Oh, and a challenge battle mode and a higher difficulty level. And I know you really, really want that higher difficulty level. Nothing more in your life would make you happier than a higher difficulty level.
I don't care. Just give me them blades.
Blades.
Give me those blades so that I can rage at how big they made their assets, and then I'll quit again until the next set comes out.
Good save.
Yeah, thank you. So I guess that's all we need to talk about for that. Let's move along. Financial briefings galore. What do we got?
A very, very large financial briefing with lots of information in it. There's a link in the show notes to the whole PDF. And just to start us off with something that is very weird, there's a direct quote here. We are even preparing new software for the DS in 2019 and beyond. Why? Why is this console still like...
So, remember, like every... This is what I think is going on. This is not like for real. Every time, like when the PS2 came out, they still made PS1 games for a while. When the PS3 came out, they still made PS2 games for a while. When the PS4 came out, they still made PS3 games for a while. When the PS5 comes out, they're still going to make PS4 games for a while. I think that's what's going on.
There's a difference between for a while and from 2017 into 2019.
I have to imagine that they made these decisions a long time ago when they thought the Switch was gonna do meh or nothing.
Okay.
Like games don't turn around inside 1 to 2 years typically. Like the bigger ones, especially, take 4+ years. Plus, there is a lot of people in the planet with a DS, and for them to just cut it off, like just like that, would be a bad look.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I just wish they would, because I'm tired. Like, I actually sold my DS. What was that? Last week? Week before? Anyway, recently, and I'm cut off of that ecosystem. I will never play another DS game, and so I'm greedy, and I want
All the
every
resources
Nintendo
on Switch. Yeah.
Exactly. Because they're bringing stuff. They're bringing what was it? I think there's a new WarioWare game coming out for the DS. It's just like, I want to be able to play that, and I don't want to have to rebuy a 2DS because those are silly. Though there are some sick 2DSs out now. Have you seen the like Pokemon one? There's a Pokeball. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Important. Anyway, moving on to things that are actually relevant to us. They also stated that Labo will continue to be nurtured as a product, and I mean Labo has done really well so far. It's on the like top 10 UK sales charts, so like it's doing decently. So this doesn't really surprise me. I don't know. There's so much about this that I like, in that it doesn't require, like, it's not part of a set. You don't need Labo 1 to get Labo 2 to get Labo 3. And it's very clearly serving a niche that is both weird and not served. So these are both good things. So yeah, good on them for continuing to do that. And then so this quote that we keep seeing from the ex-president Kimishima, I think that's his name. Anyway, the second year is when the novelty has worn off and the hardware is truly put to the test. So yeah, he thinks that this is going to be the make or break year for the Switch, which we've seen before. I actually, for some reason, this didn't ever occur to me that this was his reasoning behind it, and having it explicitly stated like that kind of gives it more credence in my mind.
Reason behind not calling it a success, you mean?
Yeah.
Like being hesitant to call it a success.
Yeah, because this is the guy that's poo-pooed on people loving on Nintendo and the Switch this whole time. So, and again, as I said, the idea that the novelty was still there, and that was what he thinks might have been driving it. It makes a lot of sense. It's very shrewd to kind of take that reserved approach. So, and then they reconfirmed Smash in 2018, and oh my god, I didn't put it on here. They also said Pokemon in 2018 or later. So they're not ruling out. You don't think so?
Don't do this to me. Don't do or later. Do 2018.
I think honestly it depends on when Smash comes out. If Smash comes out in the holiday season, then you're not going to see Pokemon this year.
I mean, this right here makes me think, which we'll talk about in a second, makes me think it's definitely coming this year. Shut up.
Let's just move right into that, actually. So,
yeah, okay.
Kimishima stated that they plan to sell 20 million systems in this fiscal year, which, in fairness, is this April, or this March to next April. That's their fiscal year. So,
don't do this to me.
He also said that the ingredients needed to achieve this 20 million sales has been put into place. So, and realistically, he could also be referencing the Switch Online. It doesn't necessarily need to be a game. He just says ingredients.
Yeah, he's just hinting. He thinks what's coming in the pipeline right now will be enough to get us to that 20 million. He's not at all saying anything of like actual concrete value.
Well,
to me that means Pokemon, and I want it this year. That's all. That's all I wanted to say there.
You're welcome to have your believies. There's nothing wrong with that. But on that note of stuff that's in place, though, they also said that the online is coming this September for sure, and we will be seeing info on their website in early May. It's early May. Where's my info? Come on, Nintendo. Get your stuff together.
Start busting kneecaps.
Yeah. I just want to know. I want to know what it's going to be. What else did we see? We also saw that they're very surprised at how good the tournament scene has been. Like, they're encouraging, as we see with Splatoon and Smash, they're encouraging the competitive scene. And this gives me, someone who really likes esports, like a heartening. I really want, like, the director behind Smash Brothers has been notoriously like down on esports as a thing, and he's just said, I don't care about balancing my games for the competitive players. I'm here to make a fun experience. Like, those two things are somehow mutually exclusive. And
I mean, in my experience, I'll agree with that 100%. I don't think Sakurai is completely dumb. I agree with a lot of what he says.
He also,
and I think if you shift the focus too much on competition, it does take away from the fun. In my opinion,
there's a middle ground. You don't have to have
there's
like
definitely a middle ground.
you can have a fun game without Meta Knight.
Exactly.
That's
okay.
Anyway, completely derailed me and he killed me. The eShop also has 600 titles as of the end of March, which, wow, go team. And yeah,
I can't wait to see a Team Liquid Splatoon team. That's all. I just want Team Liquid Smash and a Team Liquid Splatoon team.
That's actually, I feel like that's not too far off. I mean, I don't know.
Probably not.
It seems like, I don't know. I don't know why that's not a thing already. I'm kind of surprised.
Probably because it's so new.
I mean, the game's almost out of support. Nintendo's going to stop providing content for it in...
Yeah, but how many Splatoon tournaments have there been? Splatoon 2 tournaments have there been? I think just this one, yeah?
Like sanctioned by Nintendo? No, they did a regional last year, or they did a big championship last year as well.
Oh, okay.
Because one of the teams is a returning team from the previous year, I believe. So,
nerds.
Yeah, definitely. Let's nerd shame. So yeah, I mean, big dreams with the esports stuff. Like, again, Nintendo's traditionally been very down on esports and Sakurai specifically, but also just in general. And I would love to see something. I would love to see this get taken up more by the community because, I mean, obviously this is the stuff I enjoy. This is my preference. My goal is to go to the esports bar in downtown and make them play Nintendo games. That's the goal.
Let me know how that goes for you. I'm ready to move on. Are you ready to move on?
Yeah, let's go.
All right. Oh my god. Hold on, let me just mentally prepare myself. Okay, interview with Switch architect Takahashi. Tell me more.
It wasn't even that bad.
It wasn't, but I had to say it at least once in my head to make sure.
I mean, I'm a big fan of you like really slowly sounding it out verbally, you know, Takahashi. That's a lot of fun for me.
I don't like to exude my mouth breathing into the podcast. I like to keep that between you, me, and my fiance as much as possible. But yeah, anyway, interview with the Switch architect, this Japanese guy. Go for it.
It was mostly not super interesting, or rather, it was interesting, but it was kind of minutia. The one thing that I really liked out of it was he said that as a company, Nintendo's not trying to innovate, which I guess in hindsight kind of directly contradicts what the guy at the start of Labo said. But anyway, that's not important. He said that they're trying to find new ways to make people happy, which is just such a it's such a Nintendo thing to say. It's so pure and just, it's the kind of thing that a 6-year-old would say. He also talks about how they hire, which is, again, it was kind of minutia, and then a little bit about their development process and how they don't really focus on rank. They just kind of break up into groups and brainstorm, and probably in the same way as the Labo guy said last week, that they're prototyping parties. They're trying to create this new experience in small groups. Again, link in the show notes. It's there. I thought it was interesting, but again, a bit too much minutia.
Also, what do you know? So let's transition from 6-year-old to a much, much more adult situation here. Nintendo has a slew of legal issues that they're currently fighting. Let's start with the Norway one.
So Norway has moved. We kind of commented on this before. It was more just like posturing, but it's become a thing where they're actually filing a formal complaint. So Norway has moved to file a formal complaint against Nintendo with the EU regulation body. Specifically, they say that the right to withdraw in the EU consumer protection states that you can back out of an online purchase within 14 days of your purchase, and Nintendo offers 0 refunds, so, I mean, obviously this isn't satisfied by them. And Nintendo, in the biggest display of just, terrible bravado, said that we're fully in compliance, or something to that effect. Just total bald-faced lie, so...
Yeah, last time this came up, they were like, "Yeah, we are," and then Mike dropped and walked away.
But not even like anything intelligent either. It was just, "Yeah, we are," and like,
Yeah.
Nintendo, just keep on being Nintendo. And then moving back to the U.S. regulatory stuff, the FTC has given Nintendo, among some other companies, but who cares, 30 days to remove their warranty. Warranty is void if removed stickers from their products. Apparently, that is a thing that really bothers people, and so
just because it's false advertising and it's abused by lots of companies. Nintendo just happens to be one of the included ones. But like Sony's also on that list. Hyundai, the car manufacturer, is also on that list. The list is huge. So they're just trying to, correct things, make it less scary to consumers.
Yeah. I mean, as I said in the show notes, shrug emoji. Like, yeah. And then finally, this one, which does kind of scare me a little bit. GameVice, a company that makes a removable controller for the iPhone, has petitioned the U.S. International Trade Commission to block imports of the Switch. So GameVice is a company that I'd never heard of before, and as I said, they make a removable controller for the iPhone, and their patent which is based on detachable controllers, they say, is being infringed by Nintendo. So
this has been ongoing for like over a year. Really? I want to say like almost immediately when the Switch came out, GameVice was on them about, oh yeah, I've been hearing about this forever. And forever they've been like trying to get people, or trying to get the U.S. International Trade Commission to put a stop. But it sounds like it's building steam now, and it sounds like it's about to come to the conclusion.
Yeah.
So this isn't by any means a new story, but it is about to come to a head, and that's potentially means no more Switches in the States, which is scary. But I can't see that being the outcome.
Yeah, I mean, worst case scenario, Nintendo will pay them a fat check for rights to use the patent. Like that's the worst case scenario. And at this point, they can afford it, so it's honestly not critically terrible, but obviously it would be better if patent trolls didn't patent troll.
I was just going to say, this is just really a patent troll / a petty attack at Nintendo for, making something successful. The GameVice was nothing like the Switch. It's little things you stick on your phone to add a controller to your phone. Like that's not that. The Switch is in no way a mobile device. It's a gaming tablet. It's not. I don't know. I would really, really be sad if anything bad happened to Nintendo out of this, because it's so clearly stupid and not the same thing.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. At one point, Namco patented interactive loading screens, and so we got boring just watch a bar go across the screen loading screens for like 20 years after that. Like, patent law in a lot of ways is really dumb. So. Anyway,
let's jump on to Nintendo Goomba stomping rumors. Which one did they hit this week?
So both Epic and Nintendo commented on this, and they have said that they have no plans to bring Fortnite to the Switch at this time.
Boo.
Yeah, I mean, not that either of us would play it, but I don't take this too hard to heart. I think that this is exactly the kind of response you say when you're not ready to announce it. Like, if somebody says, "Oh, what about, that Mother 2 translation?" Nintendo doesn't say, "Darn, you caught us. We're gonna bring that to the States sometime." Like, they say, "No, we have no comment." Like, so.
On the same token, this is the same comment they made regarding Netflix on Switch, and we still don't have that. But we have Funimation and baseball. So, I mean,
that baseball one is super important. The Japanese company puts more stock in baseball streaming than they do in Netflix.
I mean, baseball is huge in Japan, so that makes sense.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
I really didn't think there was another country that was that boring.
You know how like Canadians flood the NHL? There are like Japanese flooding the MLB because a lot of them love baseball so much. It's a thing. Look it up.
Okay. I mean, again,
sports ball.
I really didn't think anybody was that boring. Thought it was just us. Anyway.
A new Splatfest tournament is coming. Woo! What is it this time?
It is based around that new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles show, and it pits the turtles.
Leonardo or Get Out.
So, as you may have guessed, you can pick one of the turtles to front. It is, as far as I know, the first full-on tournament in Splatoon 2 history for the US. So round 1 is Raphael and Leonardo. The second one is Donatello and Michelangelo, and then the final round, the weekend after, is going to be the winner of the two. Obviously,
it'll be Donatello versus Leonardo for sure.
Donatello for life. Honestly, I should have voted for Raphael, because if Raphael wins, then Donatello just wins for free in round 2.
Okay. You lost me, but you brought it back.
I saw the face. I saw the face of horror. So I've already picked my side for this, so I don't know what you're doing.
Leonardo all the way, both times.
No, I know. But
Katana is better than staff. Just that's all you need to know.
Yeah, but Donatello
also, blue
was
is better than all the other colors.
But
Donatello's a nerd.
Cool. You're speaking my language right now. Like,
oh shoot!
I'm a computer science major who does a talk show about a video game. Come on.
Gross. You should stop that immediately.
Maybe. Anyway, so yeah, this is a thing, and I will definitely be trying to play it. I keep saying that, and I want to love this game. I want to love this game so bad, and I just haven't been allowing myself to do it, and it's dumb. I'm dumb. Come play Splatoon with me. Moving on.
Moving on. In more, yay, Nintendo news. What else we got?
Attack on Titan is doing really well on the Switch. Woo!
Woo!
We're also getting a new free mode wherein you compete with 2 to 6 people to get the most Titan takedowns in whatever time period you select. And mostly I just wanted to talk about Attack on Titan, the game, and whether or not you were at all interested in this.
I've seen a lot of it. I've been keeping an eye on it, but A, I have too much going on, and B, it feels too one note. Like, what I've been seeing of it just is the gameplay itself, while it looks fun, is very single track, if that makes sense. It's like Mario Kart, but without any of the diversity. It was just one track all the time.
Just the one city map. But you gotta kill the Titans in different ways. Sorry, take down the Titans in different ways.
Yeah. It definitely looks cool, and I know I'm missing out, but I just feel like it's not worth the full sticker price because it's the same thing over and over. Which I feel like I'm the only person who's saying, because it's getting great reviews, but,
Yeah. Yeah,
it's kind of like, go for it.
I was just going to say that I want to pick it up on a sale, I think.
Yeah, I was just going to say, actually, it's like Mario Rabbids. I wasn't sure about it looking at it from the distance. The second it was 50% off, I snapped it up, and now I love it. So it could be that all over again. So we'll see.
Oh, show.
All right, let's move along. I've seen this twice in my life, and I've never heard it said. Ikaruga?
I actually think you nailed it. I think it's just Ikaruga.
Okay, well, Ikaruga is coming to Switch. What is Ikaruga?
So I'm actually surprised you don't know this. As far as I know, this is the vertical shmup that made this a thing. I saw some wild quotes about how if you like shooter games, or if you like... no, that was just the one that comes to mind. No, actually, one guy specifically said if you like shooting games, then this is like the perfect game or something. One of the guys from the Isaac team.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, so because it's actually their company. If you Google Ikaruga, no, that'll actually give you everything. Never mind, I have no help. So yeah,
it just looks like another one of a million like it.
Yeah, no, that's where I'm at. But apparently, it is the best, vertical shmup ever. So who knows? Anyway, it releases on the 29th of May, so not too long from now, for $15 whole. So you'll break the bank for it. It's got global leaderboards, it's got local 2-player co-op, and it's got a vertical mode, so where if you hold the Switch sideways, which simulates the original arcade that it was in, because the original arcade stand thing was
was tall.
Yeah, cabinet. That's the word I'm looking for. Thank you. Yeah, so that's cool, and I don't know. It's a piece of gaming history for people that are into that section of gaming history. So this is one of those ones that it's great for the people that like it, and I'm excited for them to have a thing, but it's just not for me. So. And you're in the same boat?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know what it was before, and now that I know what it is, don't care, because I don't know. It just looks like every other one before it and after it, so. Anyway, Nintendo submits a new version of the Joy-Con to the FCC, this time with stronger Bluetooth.
Yeah, so early on, I think you commented on this, it looks like this has mostly gone away, but early on it was a big complaint that the left Joy-Con had issues staying synced for whatever reason, and
it was you were able to cover most of the antenna with your hand if you held it a specific way, and the solve was literally to add a small chunk of foam in manufacturing at the time.
So now they're going to stop adding that piece of foam and instead just make the Bluetooth stronger. With any luck, it won't screw with poor grandma's pacemaker.
Just push A to make poor grandma jump.
That's terrible.
No, it's the left one, so you would push forward to make grandma run. There you go.
You're a terrible human being, and if we get taken down off iTunes, if our iTunes search result gets worse, I'm gonna blame you for that.
That's fair, yeah, 100%. I mean, it's your joke. I just ran with it, but yeah, fair. It's fair.
Anyway, so yeah, if you were thinking about it and you're worried about that sort of thing, then maybe just wait.
I kind of like. It's kind of annoying me that they're like upgrading all these tiny little things in the Switch, because I have like the OG Switch, and now anyone that gets made after, I don't know, October of this year is just going to be better than mine. I'm not a fan.
Low energy.
It's like the DS.
Yeah.
Stop making new, better ones. Let me just enjoy the one that I bought a year ago.
I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of hoping for like a full-on hardware revision, as I've said before. Like I want the Switch 2.
I would 100% buy a Switch XL.
Exactly.
In a heartbeat.
There's so much that they could do with it that would be amazing. I would pay an extra $100 for a real hard drive. Like,
oh my god, me too. Yes.
Yeah. So. Anyway,
moving on. A customer service rep from Insignia blames Nintendo for bricking consoles.
So this is my favorite news article ever, and I wonder if this poor guy still has his job. So he said. So someone messaged their support asking about their docs bricking consoles and whether or not that had been a thing that they had heard at all. And in response, he said, "We have not received any report from customers." The bad English is not me. This is me reading it straight from the quote. "But to be honest, this seems more like a marketing strategy from Nintendo to keep customer away from third-party companies. Actually, we know that this is a real problem, but it is caused by Nintendo and their latest update." So halfway through the sentence, he just... This isn't a thing. Oh, wait, but this is a real thing, but it's Nintendo's fault, not ours. Like, Anyway, moving on. If you want to keep using this device, let me tell you that Nintendo is not taking responsibility for this, and this kind of issue are not covered under our warranty because this is not a factory defect, but something they are doing on purpose.
This is... You know the age-old quote, never blame on malice what you can explain by ignorance? For me... The thing that comes to mind is never blame on malice what you can explain by just Nintendo things. Like, I don't think Nintendo is intentionally doing this. I think Nintendo is just doing Nintendo things, and it just happens to cause bricking in certain situations. And this guy is just angry.
Yeah.
He's just so angry.
Someone stole his lunch out of the break room fridge, and... But
I could just be being naive. He could be right. It's hard to say. It's hard to know, but
yeah,
I definitely wouldn't think that Nintendo would be intentionally breaking your system.
Yeah, that would
as a punishment for using a third-party dock. Yeah,
that would get you in a lot of trouble if that were a real thing.
Absolutely, it would.
Yeah, and I don't know. Something like this is always hard to like find real information on.
Yeah,
Nintendo specifically has like very, very rabid fanboys, and it's a big problem. Like I was reading comments on this in one of the comment sections of one of the news sites, and someone specifically called out Spawnwave and said that he was full of crap about what he said about how the Switch doesn't follow USB-C, and that he was just straight up lying. And so now I don't know. Is Spawnwave
which
wrong?
is possible, because Spawnwave is just a dude with a YouTube channel. What does he know?
Yeah,
it's very possible. And I mean, I take his word as gospel. Probably to a fault. I mean, I'm naive. I like to believe things, especially when people say it, like deliver it so
authoritatively,
professionally looking. Yeah, and authoritatively. Yeah. So
just
I mean, who actually knows?
Yeah,
that too.
It's
actually a psychological thing. But yeah, anyway,
we're taking the word of somebody in a random comment section with like full anonymity and that word behind it, or we're taking the word of some YouTube guy. Like, I'm not gonna bust out a voltmeter and check this myself. I don't care that much. I'm just gonna keep using my Nintendo branded dock. So,
I will say, I followed through with my promise last show, and I used the Anchor power adapter, which obviously doesn't there's no record of that damaging the Switch anywhere. But I've used it previous to the 5.0 update twice, and my Switch is alive, so it does seem to just be the dock for whatever reason. That USB C connector doesn't like what's going on there.
That may or may not.
But for everything else, it's fine.
Yeah. Who knows? Not I, and definitely not you. Anyway.
Maybe Spawnwave. Anyway, let's move on to my favorite one of the entire show notes. Game Freak has a new patent. Pokemon TCG confirmed.
Definitely.
You heard it here first.
That was, this is a hot take that we get. It's an exclusive, so thank Colin's crystal ball for that one.
Right out of my crystal dumb brain.
Yep, that's very accurate. It's definitely not for the newest game, as it was submitted in October of last year, so unless they were also developing with it without a patent for it, I don't think this is for the new game.
Which it could be. This could be like depending on what the scale of this game is, it could be like that card game in The Witcher, Gwent. It could be like a Gwent type of thing, yeah. That would be sweet.
You just blew my mind. Oh my god, that would be so good.
Because you don't have to file for a patent until, it's about to come out, technically. Like, you can file for that anytime.
Yeah, but if it leaks for any way, and anyone else starts to work on it, then your patent is basically null at that point, eh?
That's true. That's true. I definitely don't think that's the proper way to do it, but you don't have to, is what I'm saying. Like, you don't have to do A then B in this situation.
We could also just move back to just Nintendo things.
Yeah, absolutely. When has Nintendo ever done anything that made sense?
It's very true. Anyway, so you should check out the patent because it's an 80-page PDF that honestly is very, very difficult to read. It's its own different brand of like almost legalese, but not quite legalese. So it's weird.
It's patent information.
Yeah, exactly. And again, it's 80 pages of it. So the one thing that I did take away is that there's lots of cards of some kind, and they also talk about a portable. God, what was the word? They used some weird word to describe this system. So I don't know. It's a thing. Hopefully, it's cool. What do you think?
I think it's Gwent. No, I think it's what I hope it is the next TCG, like the reboot or redo of the TCG from way back in the day.
Didn't the TCG go to crap though?
I don't know.
Oh,
I loved it. I personally really enjoyed it, and I was playing it like a year ago on emulator. Online. I would love to see it, but
yeah, fair enough.
What I think it is I don't think I have any clue at all what I think it is.
I just want to see Gwent, basically. That would be amazing.
That'd be super cool, but I really don't think this next Pokemon is going to be like that deep, that extensive, that it's going to have a mini game like Gwent or like the Final Fantasy VIII card games,
Okay, but the Final Fantasy VIII card game was a joke and it was terrible.
I mean, but even if that was in the new Pokemon, I'd be beside myself.
Yeah, that's fair.
But yeah, that's it.
That about wraps us up for the news.
Hey, on to game release.
Nope.
As in, oh,
nope.
You got a thing here though.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay. On to the emails.
There are no emails. They're on to the question of the time period. So
I just wanted to hear another transition sound. I'm sorry.
Oh, my bad. Okay, I can do that for you. Yahoo! There you go.
Thank you.
Still need to get more of those. I need to get that link one. Anyway, so the previous question of the time period is wrapping up, and our question was, how much do you let review scores affect your purchasing decisions? And we got a stunning 100% stunning, I say. It's funny because 100% for I let it guide my decision but not decide it, which, go figure, was also us. The other options were 100% decides it for me. I won't play anything my reviewer doesn't like. Also, I have a minimum review score, and anything under that gets discarded. Almost finally, we have I completely ignore reviews, and finally, I listen to word of mouth, not reviews. Word off mouth. My word is off the mouth. Anyway, so that's that. We now have a new one, which I'm curious if people are going to watch the E3 presentation. the first answer, and the one with obviously 100% of the votes because I'm going to watch it live, is yes, and I'm going to watch it live. 2 is yes, and hopefully from someone with commentary looking at us. 3 is yeah, but I'm going to watch the VOD. And 4 is nope. So that's there. It's at bit.ly/DSNpoll30. It's all lowercase. You can also come join us in the Discord to talk about it if you would like. Are you going to watch the...
I'll probably watch a VOD.
You'll have to watch a VOD while recording commentary with that guy that you do a podcast with.
Who? I think I quit.
I think that's probably the right call.
You know, I might be able to watch this from work. We'll see. I don't think I'd like to watch it live just because if I'm at work, I have to, keep it down and I might miss stuff. So I'll probably just end up watching a VOD.
Yeah, for sure. I work in a void of a black hole of Wi-Fi, so I won't be watching it live more than likely, but I'm going to try. Oh, wait, actually, this is an hour before my class starts. No, I won't be watching this live. I lied. Anyway, moving on. Yahoo! Why did, come on, you can do better. There we go. If you want to email the show about that or anything else, you can do so at desyncednerds@gmail.com, and we will read that email right here at the end of the show. You prefer Twitter, you can tweet at the show at Desynced Nerds or at either of us individually. I'm at Kulana, Kulana, and he is at DSN Colin. Send him all the hate for... You keep saying controversial things, and I keep forgetting to note them to call you out on them, and that makes me sad.
I've never said a controversial thing ever.
You were crapping on something that was widely liked, and I can't think of what it was. Anyway, if you would like to
never happen.
If you would like to support the show and join our grand total of a single patron, you can do so at patreon.com/desyncednerds. If you want to support the show but cannot do so monetarily, you can rate and review us on iTunes or Stitcher, and again, we will read those here at the end of the show. And we record live every week on Mondays at 6:30 p.m., except for this week because I'm terrible, 9:30 EST and 2:30 a.m. on Tuesdays in the UK. And we are live at twitch.tv/desyncednerds. All of our VODs will be up on YouTube. The channel is Desynced Nerds. And finally, we are on Discord at bit.ly/DSN Discord. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Peace.